So, what is going on YouTube? Your boy Sam from Team X1 here, and today guys, I'm coming at you with a brand new video. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the new ENDYMION archetype, the Spellcaster, Spell Counter, Pendulum archetype for you guys today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. So we're going to be taking a closer look at this entire archetype to see whether or not this deck is gonna be good. You guys can see I am not home. Currently still in Bangkok, Thailand. I miss home so much. I miss Toronto and I miss you guys. And today, by the time you guys are watching this video, it's probably Saturday morning at 8 a.m. By the time that I'm recording this video right now, it's like 12 p.m. here in Thailand. And I just have some free time now, aside from spending a lot of time with my family. I just have some free time to actually edit some videos and also at the same time do a ton of assignments for university, because like, yo, being away for like 3 weeks of school is just like super tough. Like I have assignments after assignments that I have to complete, and it's tough, man. But you know what, man, we're always gonna persevere, we're always gonna push through. If you guys are going through the exact same thing, all power to you, man. We're in this together. Let's push through it together. If you guys want to help support the channel, make sure you guys get the awesome Team Samurai X1 Playmat Today at tx1.com. I have a variety of different playmats on the website, so if you guys can check it out, that'll be absolutely amazing. That is tx1.com in the description box below. Shout out to obviously YGOPro organization for providing us with all the information for the brand new Lord of Magician stuff. So basically, the first card that we got information from last month in January was ENDYMION, the founding Sorcerer Supreme. I feel like for this video, it's very appropriate to review all the cards that we're gonna be getting, or the cards that we already know so far, right? So I feel like it's, you know, appropriate to just talk to you guys about the previous spoiler that we got here from YGOPro organization. So let me just quickly, talk to you guys about the ENDYMION, the founding Sorcerer Supreme. So basically, it's level 7 Dark Spellcaster, Pendulum effect monster, attack 2800, defense 1700. It's a scale 8, which is pretty good, and it has a pendulum effect of, you can only use the pendulum effect of this card's name once per turn, so you can remove 6 spell counters from the field, especially on this card from your pendulum zone. Then destroy each card on the field up to the number of cards you control that you can place spell counters on. And for each card destroyed, place a spell counter on this card. That's broken. You can remove 6 spell counters from the entire field. Counters from cards like Mythical Beasts, Jackal. So this card alone is able to help you get rid of any problematic monster on the field, which is absolutely amazing. And it's the fact that it's a scale 8, it's also another really huge plus. Monster effect, once per turn when a spell trap card or effect is activated, you can return 1 card you control that has spell counters placed on it to the hand. Then negate the activation if you do destroy that card. Wow. Wow. So you have like a Ductor in this scale, bounce a Ductor back to your hand, and just negate the activation. You know what I mean? Or I'm pretty sure that there's always going to be spell cards for this specific archetype that lets you put spell counters on, which you can just easily bounce to your hand to just negate the activation and destroy it. That's freaking broken, man. That's a walking free negate right there. So can you imagine having this card and a Jackal on the field? That's pretty good. Let's say that the only spell counter cards that you have on the field is Jackal on this card. You can negate a monster affected Jackal whenever your opponent activates a spell trap card to bounce Jackal back to hand, and then basically just negate the activation once again. So that's like a easily 2 negates right there with Jackal and ENDYMION on the board, which is broken. Card that has spell counters placed on it cannot be targeted or destroyed by opponent card effects. What the heck? So it has immunity too once it has spell counters? Holy crap. When this card with spell counters placed is destroyed by battle, you can add 1 normal spell from your deck to your hand. Wow, it's a walking negate. It can't be targeted or destroyed by your opponent card effects. And when it dies, you get to search a normal spell card directly from your deck to your hand. A normal spell, any normal spell card. Like, what's a good normal spell? Well, if you're playing Extravagance, you can add Extravagance to your hand. You know what I mean? If you're playing, Pot of Desires, you can add Pot of Desires to your hand. That's broken, man. This card searches any spell card. It can even search Upstart Goblin, which is pretty cool. So you can search Pendulum Call. You can search Pendulum Call. Wow, like this card is broken, man. Next, we got Daybreaker, the Splendid Magical Knight. It kind of reminds me of Breaker, but obviously the light version. So bottom left, bottom right, 2 spellcaster monsters. You're gonna use 2nd and 4th effect of this card's names each once per turn. So it has 4 effects, which is crazy. If this card is like something, activate this effect, place 1 spell counter on this card. So it automatically gives itself a spell counter. If a spell counter is special summon to a zone, a monster this card points to, activate this effect, place 1 spell counter on this card. So automatically, if a monster is special summon, you're able to just basically gain another counter in addition to the counter that you already got from its link summoning. So 2 counters already. Right here is Empress of Endymion, level 7 light spellcaster, pendulum effect monster. It's a scale 2, so obviously balanced out with the scale 8 Endymion, so Sorcerer Supreme. So each time a spell card is activated, place 1 spell counter on this card when that card resolves. So basically all these spell caster monsters have like the Magical Abductor type effect, which is really good. So you can remove 3 spell counters from this card, same thing as Magical Abductor. Special summon both this card from your Pendulum Zone and 1 monster from your hand that you can place spell counters on it. If you do, place 1 spell counter on each of those monsters. So if you're able to special summon this card, but essentially this card right here, it turbos out Electrum. These cards are just turbo-S cards that you can just additionally add into Pendulums to get you access to quicker Electrum, which is really, really good. So now let's move on to the monster effect. If this card is special, you can target 1 other card you control with spell counters, and 1 card your opponent controls will turn both those targets to the hand. Even if the first target no longer has any spell counters, then place onto this cards, then place onto this card the spell counters that were on the card returned from the field to the hand. Wow. So you basically just transfer spell counters, and it has like a Kyrian based effect. When it summons, you bounce a card with spell counters to your hand. Okay, bounce a card your opponent controls, and then just basically transferred all the spell counters from that card to this card right here, which is really, really good. So man, already that's broken, man. Kyrian effect. Kyrian effect is actually pretty nice. The Kyrian effect is actually a huge plus. When this card with spell counters to a battle, you can add 1 Endymion card directly from your deck to your hand. So it searches the Sorcerer Supreme, and it can also search itself too, which is pretty awesome. It can obviously search all the other cards that we're about to review right now. So let's go off to the next one. Let's go off to right here, Master of Endymion. So this card right here, level 3 Earth Spellcaster Pendulum Effect Monster. So it's Pendulum Scale 8, really good Pendulum Scale. Each time a spell card is activated, place 1 spell counter on this card when it resolves. So obviously it has the exact same effect as each Endymion monster. You can remove 3 spell counter from this card, special summon both this card from Pendulum and 1 monster from your face-up extra deck. Then you can place spell counters on. If you do, place 1 spell counter on each of these 2 monsters. So instead of specialing a monster from your hand, you're actually able to special summon a monster from face-up from the extra deck. So it's really easily, if you're able to get cards like Mythical Beast Master Cerberus or Mythical Beast Jacko into your face-up extra deck, you can just activate this card right here to just basically just special summon back Jacko from your face-up extra deck, which is really good because Jacko, you can obviously place spell counters on it, right? So that's an example that you guys can just use. You guys can either special Mythical Beast Master Cerberus or cards like Jacko from your extra deck, which is really awesome. If you have Magical Abductor in there, you can special summon that from your face-up extra deck as well. You can only special summon Magister of Endymion only once per turn. So when this card is declared as an attack, you can play 1 spell counter on this card. Okay, automatically gains a spell counter when it attacks. Once per opponent's turn, you can remove 3 spell counters from the field, special monster from your deck that you can play spell counters on. Broken. Broken. That's broken. Special summon a monster from your deck that you can play spell counters on immediately. Holy crap. Whoa, bro, so it's another interruption for your opponent's turn. Activate this card's effect, special summon Empress of Endymion. Endymion's effect, bounce back a card to your opponent's hand. Like, yo! This card's right here is kind of like a multi-faker for the deck. That's broken, yo! This card's insane, guys. Insane! And obviously when these cards both die, Empress or also Sorcerer Supreme, you basically get to add something directly from your deck to your hand, right? Which is really, really broken. So this card is in Monster Destroy. You can place this card in your Pendulum Zone, then place spell counters on the card equal to these spell counters that were on it. That's broken. So it transfers its Pendulum, so it transfers its spell counters back onto itself once it goes into the Pendulum Zone, which is really good. And it's also a scale 8, which is pretty awesome. Let's go off to right here, Servant of Endymion. So each time a spell card is activated, place 1. It's a scale 2. You place 1 counter each time a spell card is activated. You can remove 3 spell counters from this card, special both this card from Pendulum Zone, and 1 monster from your deck with 1,000 or more attack. You can place spell counter on it. And if you do, place 1 spell counter on each of those 2 monsters. Yo, this card is really good too. That card is really good too. Yo, that's so good. That's so good. Especially 1 monster from your deck with 1,000 or more on time, you can place spell counters on it. If you do, place 1 spell counter on those 2 monsters. Okay, never mind. I take that back. This card is probably the most broken card in the deck. Servant? What the hell? Remove 3 counters, special summon a monster directly from the deck immediately. So this one special summons from your hand. This one special summons from the extra deck. This one special summons from the deck. Special summon any of this. You can special summon Magister. You can special summon Empress. Empress bounce back on summon. You can special summon Sorcerer Supreme. Negate. Like, what the hell, man? Like, this archetype is literally the definition of you don't need to Pendulum summon. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell is this? All these are turbo cards. All these are turbo cards right here. Each and every single one of these are turbo cards with amazing effects. Wow, you special summon 1 servant of Endymion once per turn. This card can attack directly while it has spell counters. Pretty good, 900 damage. Once per turn, quick effect, you can discard 1 card, place 1 spell counter on this card. All other cards you control deck, you can place spell counters on it. So it basically gives counters to pendulum scales and also your monster on the board that which can place spell counters on it. If this card's monster destroyed, you can place this card in your pendulum zone, then place spell counters on this card. You go to the spell counters that were on it. So same thing as Magister, you basically just transfer these scales, not these scales, the counters onto the scales, which is really good. So this card I believe is the best card in the deck. Two doors on any of these cards directly from the deck, and it's just a 1 turn quick Electromite right there. So right there, yeah, it's like a one turn Electrum, man. This card's a 1 card Electrum if you're able to resolve 3 spell cards, especially combining off with cards like Magical Abductor is gonna be absolutely disgusting. So add 1 Endymion card from your deck to your hand and place as many spell counters as possible on cards. You ensure that you can place spell counters on it, but not more than the spell counters, a total to number of spell power graphs and spell power control on the field and in your graveyard. So cards are actually able to help you search any of your Endymion card directly from your hand. So getting access to like Servant is just really good, and at the same time generate 2 spell counters on the field, which is absolutely a huge plus. So the card name becomes Magical Citadel of Endymion while it's on the spell and trap card zone. So I believe it's the same thing as the field spell, I think. Each time a spell card is active, you place 1 spell counter on this card when that card resolves. Once you're on this spellcaster monster you control is destroyed by battle or after damage calculation, you can remove 6 spell counters from this field, especially on low summon or higher spellcaster monster from your hand or deck. So getting access to Empress and also getting access to Sorcerer Supreme is just really good. And at the same time, it counts as Magical Citadel of Endymion, which is really nice. Starting 1 spellcaster monster in your graveyard, add the monster to your hand. So this card is kind of like a Dark Eruption effect. We're able to retrieve a spellcaster effect monster from your graveyard and directly, add it to your hand, which is really good. But all these cards are obviously pendulum monsters, so they're gonna basically be in your face-up extra deck. So I don't know how relevant, this card will be to be able to add, that monster, from your graveyard to your hand. I can see this card being used in Ultrageist because you can just add it back, Mellowseek or Marionette or any of your spellcaster monsters from your graveyard and just add it to your hand, right? It's gonna be a huge impact on today's metagame, especially for pendulums. Just to recap it for you guys right here, all these monsters have like a Magical Abductor as kind of effect, which enables you to turbo out one of the other from the deck, hand, or extra deck, which is really good. And they all have amazing abilities, during your opponent's turn, where 1, you get special summon a monster from the deck, 2, where, on your turn, you're able to, like, cards like Servant is probably the most broken card in the deck because this card is essentially a 1 card Electrum because you're able to just special summon a monster directly from the deck immediately. Like cards like Jackal, Mythical Cerberus, also cards like Magister or, Empress of Endymion. It's just insane. So this Servant, I believe, is like the best one. And you also have the consistency card, which is spell power control, which gets you access to all your spellcaster monsters directly from your deck to your hand, which is really good. Well, not spellcasters, Endymion monster directly from your deck to your hand. You obviously got the big boss monster right here, Sorcerer Supreme, which it's like a walk in the gate, right? So all these cards are really good, and it's just like, and they all have amazing scales, a mixture of 2 to 8 scales, which is also really good for pendulums. At the same time, they're all turbo cards. Basically, this archetype says that you can do so many things before you pendulum summon. So cards are really great. You can just bounce cards before you pendulum summon, negate cards before you pendulum summon, tutor out more cards from your deck, your hand or your extra deck before your pendulum summon. So like all these cards are just really good Electromite turbo cards, and at the same time, like with the addition of Magical Abductor, you can just use Abductor in synergizing with all these cards right here, which is really good. So I cannot wait for this new Magician archetype to actually be released in TCG. I can't wait for pendulum players to actually, abuse this deck. Like Steven, I know Steven is really excited on this archetype. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. And if you guys want to help support the channel, make sure you guys visit tx1.com to get your playmats today. I have some amazing pictures of fans that purchased the playmat on there. If you guys, just want to help support me and what I do, just make sure you guys visit the shop, tx1.com/shop, where you guys get all your amazing playmats. I have new releases of playmats coming soon, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And yeah, I miss you guys. I miss home. This is kind of weird. This background is kind of weird. I'm in my cousin's, room right now. Having the space to record. I just really much appreciate that. I'm just trying to find. I'm trying to find as much time as I possibly can to record videos. And now, yeah, after I edit this video, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna get back into my homework and just get ready to come back to Toronto with a ton of schoolwork on my head top. So yeah, man, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy Sam from Team Sam signing out. All right, guys, peace.
I feel like Usain in the cheetah print. Talk fresh game, I don't need a minute. R.I.P. the game, I need a minute. Okay, let's proceed with it. I'm in the house, got the deed with it. These bozos always sneak this and they taking shots. I'm a key with it. Like no, this league business.